Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the fundamental analysis webinar of the PSE. So first and foremost, I want to thank PSE for the opportunity again to conduct fundamental analysis webinar. No, I'm sure there will be a lot of people that would be interested in learning about how to invest properly in the stock market. No, and I hope we can make your hour worth this webinar worth your while. No, so I think to better understand fundamental analysis, no, I think it would be great if we can put it into context muna, no? So as we know, fundamental analysis is just one of the many ways to analyze, no, or to study or to make decisions in the market. Now, the other major school of thought is, of course, technical analysis. No, so for me, the difference between the two is mainly the basis and the requirement that an investor or a trader needs to have before making an investment decision. So for fundamental analysis, which we'll talk about this afternoon, we buy companies if we see these four requirements. No? So for fundamental analysts or fundamental investors, we prefer companies that have desirable business or businesses. No, so by desirable we mean more than good. No, by desirable meaning the type of company or the type of business that would have on our own if we have the resources and maybe the acumen that this listed companies have. No, of course we want companies that generate lots of profits, have lots of assets that it can use to operate in their business, no, and make money for the stakeholders, no, so the business and of course the stockholders, no, and preferably with no debt, no, but if they have debts, preferably at a manageable level, no, so generating lots of profits, have a lot of assets to use to generate money for the company and for the owners, for us stockholders, no, but hopefully with manageable debt, no. Of course, as many maybe no recently have learned, no, excellent management is a must, no. Let me add that conscientious management is a must, no. So again, as I have always say, we can always do financial analysis. We look at the past financials, we look at the past performance of the company, but to know or to have a gauge of what the company can achieve in the future would definitely rely, no, or depend on the capability of management to plan, to strategize, and maybe to execute, no, those plans and promises to the stockholders. No? So it is, for me, it is one of the basic and maybe non-negotiable requirements, no, when it comes to long-term investing. It has to have excellent and conscientious management, no. So great if it has a desirable business, lots of profits, lots of assets, and managed by excellent and idols, huh? Excellent people in the management. But hopefully, we can be allowed to buy into it at a good price. No, so if it is a beautiful company, it's a gorgeous company, but we are asked to pay too much to get what we can get from the business, then it might not be a good investment for us. No, so we don't require a cheap valuation, as we call it. No, perhaps we only want we only want to get in a stock and buy a stock not at a not expensive price, no, but if you can get it cheap, then that would be a better proposition for us, no. On the other hand, when we talk about technical analysis, invest or traders, no, in general, use technical analysis to choose the stocks they buy to sell, mainly basing it from the past price action. No? So technical analysis, with all its tenets and all its principles, think that when the stock market is going higher, no, more specifically when we have higher highs and higher lows, we define it as an uptrend in the market, then that's a happy market. No, so if the market is happy about that particular stock, regardless of whatever the reason, or whatever the reason why that stock is trending up, no, then that would be a good stock to buy, no. So case in point, no, recently Macro Asia, no. So as we have seen, this stock has recent manifolds, no. Actually, before the closing of today's session, the Macro Asia has increased more than 10% again, no, after consolidating for just several days, no. On the flip side, technical analysts believe that if they see lower highs and lower lows in the past stock price trend, then that means the market is sad, no, or the market doesn't want that stock, no. So they are willing to sell at a lower price than before, no, and buyers are not willing to buy it unless they're given lower price, no. Okay, no. So case in point again is of course one of the three listed cement companies, which is Cemex, no. So as we know, Cemex has gone down from double digits, no, to lower five, lower than 5 pesos, no. And I think for today's session is still down, no. So again, basically, fundamental analysis is we do fundamental analysis because we want to know about the business, no. We are investing in the business. So that's why we want to know if the company has desirable businesses, churn out a lot of profits, and has lots of assets managed by excellent and conscientious people, and hopefully we can buy into it cheaply, no. Whereas technical analysis, they base their trading decision, what to buy, what to sell, mainly on the price action. Okay, so why do we do fundamental analysis? So again, for us who use fundamental analysis in our investing, no, the the frame of mind or the context that we would like to espouse when we do fundamental analysis is really investing in a business. Okay, no. So we want to invest in a business basically with a solid ground. No? We want to we want to buy into a company that we believe are supported by crucial factors such as, again, the desirable businesses, have lots of profits, excellent management, and not expensive valuation, no. So at the end of the day, when we do fundamental analysis, what we want to know is essentially, what do I get as an owner of this business, no. So uh, I invest in this stock, I pay something to be a part owner of this stock, no. I pay the stock price to own the stock, to be a part owner of this business. Then what do I get as an owner of this business? Okay, do they have great products and services? Will sales and profits continue to grow in the future? So far as we have as we have now, no, with the past financial statements, we know how these companies fared in the past, no. But of course, if we are buying into these companies today, we want to know if we can still benefit from its future operation. So we want to know as investors if sales and profits would continue to grow in the future. Of course, we need to know if the company has a lot of assets, no, which they can use in their operations, no. So as we'll discuss later on, having a lot of assets, preferably in liquid form or preferably in earning assets, no, are crucial for the success of the business, no, either in bad times or in good times. No? Okay. We want to know if these profitable companies are able and are willing and are actually giving out dividends to the stockholders. As we know, we can earn money from our stock market investors through two ways. No, it's either first we get to share from the profits that they're making through dividends, or somebody's buying our shares from us or our stocks from us at a higher price. No, so if the market, for example, if we have a not so jolly or not so happy market, that the price would just linger in a tight range or maybe on a downtrend, even the cream of the crop or the best companies would experience, if there's a general market downturn, would experience a lackluster trading, then it would definitely be a plus if you are invested in a company that pays out dividends. No? So we want to know if the companies are paying out dividends. And of course, again, definitely we have to know if management has has the capability to deliver what they have been promising to their stockholders. No, so first and foremost, the management has to have the integrity required, no, for being stewards of public money. No, so as we know, when you are a listed company, there are people, the public is invested in your company. No, so integrity is a must. No, but again, to know the future, or to have an idea, or maybe to be able to project a future scenario for a company, then you have to have a firm knowledge, no, about the company's management. And lastly, we need to know if that we can still buy the company at a good price. No? Meaning, yes, we prefer excellent companies. Yes, we prefer companies that have been making strides in recording bigger profits year over year. No, but if we are asked to pay too much in terms of stock price to get those benefits, then it might not give us a good investment proposition. Okay, and these are the questions that we will answer in turn in this webinar. No, so and looking for answers to this question is essentially fundamental analysis. Okay, so let's start. No, okay, so um, we need to know if the companies have great products and services. So again, we want to know if the company has desirable business or businesses. No, so many are asking, how do we know that? No, how do we know of the 200 almost 300 companies listed in the stock exchange? How do we know which of these companies have desirable business? So maybe um, to maybe to have an easy answer, or maybe a familiar method, no, maybe we can ask ourselves, no, does this company own assets that I don't have a choice but to pay for? No, so for example, if a company owns a tollway, no, so do you have to pass through it every day? No, so this is close to my heart now, because I live south, no, I live in the south, and I have no choice. Well, I do have a choice, no, to pass through a super traffic road, no, or pay 24 pesos, no, for Metro Pacific's Cavitex, no. So I don't have mainly I don't have much of a choice, no, but to pay for it every time I go out and go home. No, so if I don't have a choice, I have to pay for it. Now I'm using RFID. I'm paying it in advance. Then that might be a desirable business for me. No, the holiday season is coming. No, and of course, if you think that if every time that you need to buy something, you think of top of mind would be SM. No, then if you think they got it all for you, then maybe SM Prime, no, or SM is a good investment for you, or a desirable business. If you have read the recent presentation of Century Pacific, no, so apparently 8 out of 10 buyers of canned tuna are preferring Century tuna. So do you like the idea of 8 out of 10 people buying your company's products? Then that could be a desirable business. Do you think owning a school is a good idea? No. So as we know, in the PSE, there are several learning institutions that are listed in the exchange. No. So one of which, the more STI. No, and this company has been making strides both on the financials and on the stock price. No, so it might present a good investment proposition for you. And of course, do you crave for thin crust pizzas and mojos? No, so far we only have one option for this in the exchange. No, so that's Shakey's. No, of course, if you prefer spring chicken, no, or if you prefer the sarap to the bones, then you can go to to Max's. No? Okay. New house perhaps, no, especially if the with the incoming tax reform programs, no, giving people more money to spend, then perhaps one of the destinations of that extra savings would be perhaps a new house, no, or a new condo, no. So definitely, um, companies or listed companies that are engaged in real estate development, Mega World, Ayala Land, Vista Land, and the likes, no, would have desirable businesses. No? And of course, if some of those savings would go maybe to a new car, no, then maybe Toyota Motor Philippines, no, would be a beneficiary and thus a desirable business. And of course, Toyota Motor is owned by GT Cap. No, okay, so those are the ways, no, we can from our everyday experiences that we can know which are the desirable businesses. No, so will sales and profits grow in the future? So again, we want companies with lots of profits, and we prefer companies with lots of profits and still growing. No, so as we know, companies like Ayala Land, Jollibee, and recently Megawide exhibit this characteristics. As we know, Ayala Land and Jollibee, of course, are poster child for poster children, no, poster children for excellent earning companies. No, but Ayala Land and Jollibee are not resting on their laurels. No, Ayala Land is still embarking on major real estate developments in and out of Metro Manila. No, so latest of which would be their next BGC or New Valley in Kawit, Cavite. No, as we know, the Evo City would be located in the terminus of Cavitex and the beginning of CalaX. No? So that would be an excellent location for both residential and business locators. No, and Jollibee just opened their 1,000th and their nth store. No, so giving them more sales channel to improve their future sales. No, and of course, Jollibee is embarking into global expansion. No, so it doesn't want to be just a dominant local player, but it's trying its luck. No, it's trying its no, it's trying its business acumen, no, to conquer even the international QSR scene, no, quick service restaurant scene. No, and recently Megawide, of course. No, so as we know, Megawide is not just a contractor or not just a construction company, no, but now it has concession to operate an airport. No, so it has been making strides in developing MCIA or the Mactan Cebu International Airport, and now is keen on expanding the expansion. No, so as we know, the airport operation business would be shall we say, a better business in terms of margins, in terms of profitability, compared to a more seasonal construction business. No, so we want these companies because in the past they have been recording excellent profits, but more so we want these companies because these companies have been trying its best, no, and making constructive moves and investments to grow its profits moving forward. No, so just a quick look on the past earnings of Ayala. No, as we can see, for the past 5 years, no, from 2012 to 2016, net income of Ayala has grown from 9 billion pesos to 20.91 billion pesos. No, so again, I want to emphasize that even the small investors are afforded of this data, no, because this data are easily available and freely available from your online broker. No, so for this purpose, we're using First Metro Securities website. No, if you just click on the research and financials tab, type in Ali and click enter, then you can already see at 5 years worth of data for Ayala Land. No, so how do we know that Ayala Land has been making so much money? Easy. No, so we go to the research, type in Ali, enter, and we can see net income of Ayala Land Incorporated or Ali for the past 5 years. No, so in 2012 it earned 9 billion, 2013 11, 2014 14.8, 2015 17, and now 2016 most recently 2016, 20.91 billion. No? So if we run the number, looking at the numbers, we clearly see that there's an upward trajectory, no, for their earnings. No, running off the numbers, maybe we can see that every year the company is increasing, no, its earnings by double digits, no. And just recently, more specifically yesterday, no, it reported 18% growth, no, 18% growth in its earnings for the comparing the first 9 months of 2017 to the first 9 months of 2016, no. So that should prove to us, no, that Ayala Land is still uh, uh, it's a big company, but still a growing company at that. No, so yeah. Do they have a lot of assets that they can use in their business? No. So assets wise, one of my favorite stocks in the market is really Nickel Asia. No. So if you can just go to edge.pse.com.ph, type in at the upper right corner NIKL, then look at the company disclosure, then download the quarterly report, then you can see, no, the financial statements for this company. And you can easily see that out of the 45 or 46 billion pesos total assets of this nickel, biggest nickel mining company in the Philippines, you can see that out of that 46 billion, 15 to 16 billion are in very liquid form. No, so that is equivalent to around a third of its total assets that are either in cash or easily convertible to cash. No, and as we know, even in our personal in our personal lives or in corporations, having a lot of cash or having a lot of the firepower, no, when we need them, would definitely be a plus for the listed company, no. So just recently, Nickel Asia has used this advantage, no, as the company experienced declining prices for its main product, no. Although recently we have seen higher lows, no, for nickel prices, no, but uh, they can use the 16 billion peso war chest to shield it from temporary or cyclical um, downturn in the commodity price of its main product, or it can use its 16 billion pesos to take advantage of what could come next, no, in the nickel mining industry, no. So as we know, it has been making news recently, that nickel could be a possible winner, in the wave of alternative energy, more specifically electric uh, battery based operations. Aside from that, of course, SM Prime Holdings would be a top contender, no? So SM Prime Holdings, if we just look at the balance sheet of SM Prime, the recent of which was this September 30, or the 3Q, no, 2017, we can see that 50% of its total assets are purely asset earning, no? So this could just mean that this company can earn steady income from its portfolio of assets, no, which include, of course, the malls, the hotels, the convention centers, and the like. No, so if you see a company that have a lot of assets that are earning, no, not idle assets, that are earning, or have lots of assets that it can use to either shield itself from temporary headwinds, or allow or enable itself to take advantage of opportunities, then that would be a great company, no? So we also need to know if the company is giving out dividends, no? So how can we know that, no? Which companies pay dividends, no? So again, our companion for this endeavor is, of course, the Edge website, no? So edge.pse.com.ph, and at the company announcement, if you can just click the more button and type in declaration of cash dividends in the template name, then you can see those companies that have declared cash dividends, no, specifically cash dividends. Now, again, there are other types of dividends, but for us, we are particularly interested in those companies that are giving out cash dividends. So we want cash credited to our stock market and investment account. No, so doing this would give you the list of companies that have declared cash dividends for the period November 8, 2015 to November 8, 2017. No? So if you can just click one of those companies in the list. Now, for example, in our case, we click on Globe Telecom. No, so it declared its fourth quarter 2017 cash dividends for common stockholder. No, so it's a cash dividends. It's for fourth quarter 2017. It's for common shares, and it amounts to 22 pesos at 75 centavos um, per common share. No, so who are entitled to this dividend? No, those who are holding Globe Telecom a day before X date. No, so as we can see from First Metrosex website, no, so we can see the dividend history. Um, we can see that Globe Telecom has been giving 22 pesos and 75 centavos per common share cash dividends this year, no, 2017. No, so this 22.75 per quarter, or around 91 pesos for the full year 2017 cash dividends per share given by Globe Telecom to its stockholders came from its core income in 2016. No, so it earned profits in 2016, and it gave 91 pesos of that in 2017. No, when did they give those cash dividends? They give them on March 8, June 7, September 6, and most recently, the most recent dividend declared will be payable December 1. Okay, so several things that we should remember about dividends. No? So first and foremost, if you want to if you want to be entitled for that 22 pesos and 75 centavos cash dividends per share of Globe Telecoms, then you must remember that you must have the stock a day before X date. So going back, if the X date for the 22 pesos and 75 centavos cash dividends of Globe will be on November 14. So November 14 is a Tuesday. No, so the X date for that cash dividends is November 14. No, and X date is the first day that you're not entitled to the dividends. So the last day that you'd be entitled to the dividends would be November 13. So if you want to get the 22.75 cash dividends of Globe, then you must have it. No, you must have Globe Telecom shares in your account 3:30 p.m. of November 13. Okay. If you want to get the dividends from Globe Telecom, in particular the 22.75 cash dividends from Globe Telecom, you must have Globe Telecom in your account at 3:30 p.m. on November 13. Regardless when you would like to buy it, no, you buy it today, you buy it tomorrow, Friday. Just make sure that you have it in your account 3:30 p.m. of November 13. Next, in the Philippines, dividends are taxed 10%. No, so if Globe declared 22 pesos and 75 centavos cash dividends for November, then you will not receive the full 22.75 because 10% of it would be deducted as tax, no, as a final tax, no. So instead of receiving 22 pesos and 75 centavos per share in your account, you would only receive 20 pesos and 4.75 centavos per share. Okay, so is it worth it? No. How do we know if it's worth it? Of course, to get that cash dividends, you have to be a stockholder of Globe Telecom. And to be a stockholder of Globe Telecom, then you have to buy the stock, no? And as of this morning session, it was selling at around 20,054, no, but I think it went down during this afternoon trade around 2020, no. Let's just stick with 2054, no. So if we think that Globe Telecom could still give 22.75 pesos per quarter cash dividends per share, then that would be equivalent to around 91 pesos per year cash dividends per share. So that will be our benefits, no? But will not receive 91 pesos. We'll only receive 90% of that. Okay, that is what we're receiving, and the stock price is the cost of that benefit. No? So to know if that investment is worth our money, no, we compute what we call the net dividend yield. No? So in the case of Globe Telecom, 22.75 times 4 quarters, deduct 10% or multiply by 90% and divide it by 2054 or 2054 pesos per share, then that would translate to net dividend yield of 3.98%. Okay, so is it worth it? Is investing in Globe today, buying it at 2054 and receiving 22.75 less 10% in cash dividends for the next four quarters, equivalent to 3.98% worth it? No. So maybe you can ask yourselves a question. So where else can I get at least 3.98% net interest for my money? No? So if you can find an alternative investment that can give you the benefit of receiving cash flows every quarter equivalent to close to 4% net, while benefiting from the possible maybe upturn of the telco industry, then you can invest in that. Now, otherwise, I believe 3.98% is a fairly good net dividend yield, no? And the stock price of Globe Telecom might be, shall we say, we can consider to be at the bottom, no? Then maybe we can, for me, it would present a good investment case. Okay, you know. So next, has management shown capability that they can deliver? No. So again, we require excellent management. No. So for fundamental analysts, yes, we want excellent businesses. Yes, we want to see profits. No, we want to see profits. We want to see the company recording excellent profits. We want to see companies keeping a lot of cash or maybe a lot of earning assets. But everything will be for naught, no, if the company is managed by not so good people. Okay, no, so that's maybe we can emphasize it now. No, excellent management is definitely a requirement. No, so if you are invested in this market, then maybe it would be worth your while to know your management. No, I encourage everybody to make time to attend any gathering with this with the management. No, maybe about stockholders meetings or investors briefing. No, whatever venue, no, that you can afford to attend. No, please do attend. No, so that you can have a first-hand experience on how these people guide, or these people speak, or these people impress upon, no, about the goodness or the threats or the opportunities that the business is experiencing. No, so for me, in my personal experience, I admire, no, the management teams of these companies. No, so that's why I'm bullish. I'm confident, no, that these companies can manage the business well, and my investment in them could give me more profits in terms maybe of dividends, or more profits in terms of capital appreciation in the future. Now, just because they know how to do things, and they know how to grow the business and make it profitable moving forward. Okay. Lastly, we want to know if an excellent company can still be bought at a good price. No, so for this, I I use two property companies as an example. No, so again, when we're talking about good price, we're talking about a matters of valuation. No, so again, we are not requiring it to be cheap. No, but we require it to be not expensive. No, so if it trades at a fair price, then we can. If it trades at a fair price, uh, but it's growing strongly, no, so that could be a good deal for us, no. But if we can find an excellent company that are selling at a cheap price, then that would be a steal, no, for us, no. So not expensive but preferably cheap, no. So for example, in this case, no, um one of the more popular valuation measure would be price to earnings ratio, no. So for those not yet familiar, price to earnings ratio measures um, the the amount that you pay to get a peso of earnings from these companies, no. So that's the stock price divided by earnings per share, no. So price to earnings ratio, no. So for instance, in this case, SM Prime Holdings in 2016, the stock price of SM Prime Holding is equivalent to paying 34 pesos and 39 centavos for every 1 peso of earnings. Okay, no, so you're in 2016, at the end of 2016, investors who bought SM Prime at that price paid 34 pesos and 39 centavos to get piso or 1 peso of SM Prime's profit. No, so getting the 5-year average, that would just be 25 pesos and 21 centavos for every peso of earnings. So 5-year average PE, 5-year average valuation, or 5-year average willingness of investors to pay for each peso of earnings of SM Prime was just 25 pesos and 21 centavos. No, if you can just download a Bloomberg mobile app, no, and type SMPH colon PM, then you can easily see that at current market price, SM Prime is selling at a PE ratio of 41 pesos. No, so how do we look at this? No, looking at the average, no, in this particular case, for the 5-year average, investors were willing to pay 25 pesos per peso of earnings. Okay, for the past 5 years, investors were willing to pay 25 pesos to get a peso of earnings of SM Prime. But at current market price, investors are paying 41. Okay, no, so on the average is 25. Now it's 41. No, so based on these measures, we can consider SM Prime, even if it is an excellent, no, not a good company, an excellent company, currently with its PE ratio of 41 times, or paying 41 pesos for every peso of earnings, knowing that the 5-year average would just be lower than 30, no, 25.21 times, then maybe we can consider SM Prime as an expensive company, no. So maybe we can wait, no, for some correction in the stock market, the stock price, no, before we load up on SM Prime, no. Alternatively, if we look at Ali, no, or Ayala Land, no, uh, uh, for the past 5 years, investors have been paying almost 31 pesos for every peso of earnings of Ayala Land, no. So that would be PE, or price to earnings ratio, of 30.86 times, no. Again, using the same methodology, you look up Ali colon PM in Bloomberg, no. We can see that the PE ratio of Ali at its current price was 29.4, no. So 29.4 price to earnings ratio is lower than the 30.86 average, no. Then we can consider Ali as a cheap stock, no, relative to the past and relative to its peers, no. So if we can consider Ali and SM Prime as two giants and two very formidable property companies, no, that own enviable, desirable businesses, no, we now know, no, that SM Prime is selling at a premium valuation. So you're paying so much to get the that same peso of earnings, no, compared to Ayala Land Incorporated. And as we discussed a while ago, that Ayala Land is not resting on its laurels, no. So um, yes, SM Prime is poised to grow, no, but so is Ayala Land, no. So, and good thing about Ayala Land is that it is selling at a lower valuation, no, than its 5-year average, no. So for me, Ali over SM Prime, no, valuations wise. Okay, and from there you make your investment decision. Okay, so in summary, we do fundamental analysis to know if the company has desirable businesses, no, more particularly great products and services. If these products and services are in tune with the economic environment, if these products and services in recent times maybe are beneficiary of the train or the tax reform and infrastructure program of the government, then definitely that company has desirable businesses. No? We want to know if there is we want to know if there is some growth in the horizon in terms of sales and profits. No, again, if you are just buying into this company now, you won't benefit from the past. You'll benefit from the future. No, so we want to know if these companies are doing its best and making constructive moves, no, to ensure that sales and profits would still grow in the future. If it has a lot of assets to use when needed, either in bad times or in good times, then definitely that would be a plus. No, if we can receive dividends, no, from or our share in the company's profits, then definitely that would be more desirable than others. No, if management can deliver the promised developments or promised growth for the company, and of course, if you can still buy these companies at a good price, no, fair price or preferably cheap, then that would be that would be very desirable. Okay, so for those who are maybe uh, for those who are perhaps overwhelmed, no, by the methods of fundamental analysis, no? So don't worry, there are some tools that can help you navigate through doing fundamental analysis, no. So in First Metrosec, no, in First Metro Securities, you can one of the many reports that we have in the research tab would be stock screen, no. So this stock screen is run or published every week, no. So basically we subject 50 of the mostly traded companies in the exchange, no, and impose or look for specific stocks that can satisfy our specific criteria, no. So for the stock screen report, no, the First Metrosec research created 4 screens, no, first of which is the riding the momentum, no. So in this case, if you want well-established companies, okay, well-established companies with sustained profitability, meaning in the past it has exhibited sustained profitability, and in the future is an expectation for high earnings, then you can consider, no, the stocks, no. So for the most recent stock screen report, riding the momentum, we have SM Investment, Jollibee Foods Corporation, Ayala Land, ICTSI, and Megawide. Okay. For the next screen, value play, if you want companies that are undervalued by the market, no, so meaning selling at lower valuation, then you might want to consider EDC, Aboitiz Power, Manila Water, Cebu Air, and Aboitiz Equity Ventures. No, okay. If you want dividends, no, so if you prefer companies, if you're that type of an investor who would prefer to receive dividends once in a while, then you could consider Globe Telecom, PLDT, Meralco, Aboitiz Power, and Shell. Okay. If you want to venture into those stocks that are profitable but are not getting so much love from the market, no, meaning their stock price are either not moving or are going down, no, so they're called unloved, no. So you might want to consider East West, Cebu Air, Bloomberry, Semirara for the time being, and San Miguel Corporation, no, before recently. Okay, so if you want to learn more, you may visit First Metrosec's website, no, and click on attend our seminars link, no, or alternatively, you can view our schedule, no, from the seminars, promos, and publications tab, no. Click on calendar, and it will lead you to our calendar of events.
Thank you, Sir Aaron, and thank you everyone for all your questions. If you need to get in touch with us, the contact details of the PSE Market Education team are on our websites www.pse.com.ph and www.pseacademy.com.ph. For more updates on PSE's market education activities, follow our official Facebook and Twitter accounts at PH Stock Exchange.